Yo, what up, y'all? It's Exceed Thought. Welcome back to another message. So, I wanted to kind of talk about my experiences with affirmations and habits that I've been breaking down. And I'm going to be talking about one main one that can lead into many other subtopics. I was about to burp, but I didn't. I'm so close. It's not happening though. But something I was doing, right? I'm gonna roll up these windows real quick because it's getting cold. Something I've realized that I was doing was at work, right? I'm a bud tender. So I trim 2 plants per 2 hours, which is a quarter for us. Yesterday and today, but more so yesterday. Yesterday I came into work, you know what I'm saying? I got up late, so that's on me. I'm not fully grounded within myself. I'm still just getting up. I start at 5 a.m. It's not an excuse, but sometimes I don't get enough sleep. Because my girl, we work different shifts, and I want to spend time with her, and whatever. It's just shit I gotta deal with. It's not a problem. But I come in, right? And this strain, well, I'm working with a new strain before I never worked with before, at least to my knowledge. This strain is the hardest strain I ever worked with. Bro, I only been here for 3 months, 3-ish months. But I'm pretty experienced now. I make my quotas and, you know, not that hard. But at first it was, I'm not gonna lie. But this strain was, it was fluffy and it was soft to the touch. So when it's softer to the touch and you're trying to get the sugar leaf off, which the sugar leaf should be dry also, not, it's like a more, it's more aligned with the texture of the bud, so where you can't like flick it off. You can't flick it off. You got to basically pull that off. Now that's not a problem because that happens. But when it's every single one, yeah, it's gonna take you a long time. And it took all of us almost 4 hours to complete 2 plants. Right, so but besides what I'm saying, the point, right? But what I realized was that this is where okay, I'm thinking of 2 different things, but I'm gonna hold this and go on to this real quick. Something I was doing subconsciously, I was creating anxiety, I was creating fear, I was creating doubt, I was creating limitations for myself because I never had a quota before. I was being hard on myself to where I felt like I had to rush into what I was doing, even though I'm still new and it's expected of me to be slower. But I was creating this expectation for myself within me being too hard on myself, and I was clenching my jaw. And what I started to do to stop doing this was constantly affirming to myself, saying, Justin, I love you. I really do. And I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself, but I'm looking at the camera. Yeah. And saying that I'm confident in myself and I love myself and I am handsome and I am loving and I let go of thoughts of worry or fear or doubts, anxiety, lack of, things like that, right? And me constantly saying this to myself at work when I'm starting to feel myself clenching my jaw, or I just realize, or when I'm about to drive to work, or I'm at the store, or I'm sitting down in bed, or I'm about to make a video, or whatever the case may be. Whenever I'm at work, say I'm in the restroom, right? Say it to myself in the mirror and mean that shit. And speak to my inner child, speak to little Justin, be like, yo, Justin, I appreciate you for what you're doing. You're doing a great job, and I can tell that you're taking care of yourself. And others see that too. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Just being grateful for myself and giving the energy that I give to myself speaking the energy back to myself, that I give back to myself, that I move with, right? But so with this plant, right, I'm not gonna lie to you, this shit was making me upset. It was, because I'm like, damn, dude, I see they bringing 2 full racks of this shit. It's already been 2 hours and I'm not even done with this plant. I'm not done with any of these plants. Neither is anybody else. So that's where I started to be like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just me. But I was allowing my ego to be upset because of, I guess, feeling left out within the plantation, in that fucked up mindset, because I want to know that I'm doing my job, because I don't want no issues. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'm just coming here to work. I'm coming here to work, to go home. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to make new connections. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, then it happens. You know what I'm saying? I talk to people. I'm open to people, but I'm not here to entertain your mind control. You get what I'm saying? I'm not here to talk about celebrities. I'm not here to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I will for whatever. If you genuinely ask me, I'll give you my honest opinion back. But you know what I'm saying? But that's why the title of this video: never take a job or a career 100% seriously, or seriously at all. And that's something I'm still learning from. I'm still young, even though I don't age, but I'm still young in what I am constantly relearning, because my ego knows nothing, like I've been saying. If I knew what I knew, first of all, if I knew what I knew, I wouldn't be in the physical. If I knew what I knew, I would have probably killed myself. If I knew what I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, imagine how much information that is. It's so much information to the point to where it's like, did it ever mean anything? Genuinely. But never take this job seriously, because you're just a slave working for someone else's dream that has probably sold themselves out, that has probably done satanic ritualistic actions to others or to themselves, or has been done to themselves. These people, these beings, I mean, they don't have love for themselves, and if they do, it's distorted. But it's also too, like, why are we working for money? Why do I have to work 40 hours a week? Why do I have to stay here for 90 days to get PTO? Why do I have to ask for vacation time? Why do I have to get a doctor's note to be excused if I'm not feeling well? Why do I have to call out? I mean, let you know that I need to call out. I mean, I get it, but why does that even need to be a thing? If I don't show up one day, why isn't that cool? You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, people gotta quotas to meet, business, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, because I'm not here to slave away for someone else's dream. At that point, what am I doing with my life? If I am going into work working 40 hours a week, if I'm not working to get out of that, yes, I may be working double time. But in all actuality, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if it's genuinely something that you're passionate about, if it's genuinely something that you feel that divine connection to source, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter what you want to call it, honestly. If you feel that, just like, it feels just like when I work out, for example, when I do push-ups, it feels good. It feels good to do those push-ups, to know that I'm putting the action forward in the physical to get to where I visualize myself, to be ripped, to have a six-pack, to be lean. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with making these videos too. even though sometimes I don't know what the fuck to talk about, I'm still putting in the work to talk about something, because to someone it might mean something. I've seen it before. With this message, I may calm you, and with that calmness, you can take that, you can alchemize that into your own whatever you want to do. If you want to go meditate, if I inspired you to go work on your own crafts, like, that's amazing. That's spreading a frequency that is divine. It would be called God-like, but it's not called that. Like, but you feel the message. You see what I'm saying. On top of that too, we're working for a system that makes our parents work. I mean, we're all doing this willingly, right? But our parents, their parents, their parents, their parents. And if you don't work on yourself, right, you're gonna have to work until you retire, and that's like 60. Shit, sometime, I mean, I'm sure there's cases of 70. You know? That's sad. You're working for a system that eats babies. You're working for a system that traffics kids. You're working for a system that funds mind control. Like, but people are okay with that because it's majority of people are living through the ego. And yes, you could say I'm living through the ego too, but mentally, are you allowing your subconscious to rule over you? In the sense of like animalistic instincts, reptilian mind. Yeah. Are you allowing your reptilian mind to control you? And if you are, I mean, I don't think everybody is, I don't know, actually. I was going to say, I don't think everybody is fully within their ego. I feel like some beings, some people's spirits will present themselves, but there's like, it's so diluted, it's so manipulated, it's so just gross. And some people, all they can think about is themselves. Like, speaking for example with my girl and this other girl she works with, this other girl literally, whether she realizes or not, is harvesting my girl's energy by copying her image. That's just an assumption, but intentions don't lie. Intentions speak above words. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a vibration. You can tell the I thought my girl would walk out. You can tell the vibration. You can tell the vibration that I choose to intentfully choose to spread or to speak of through my spelling, right? It doesn't matter what I say, it's how I say it. It's my intention behind the words. Like, it would be so easy. It would take a day, it would take an hour for all of us just to say, I don't want to support this system anymore. I don't want to pay for gas anymore. I don't want to pay my mortgage anymore. At that point, what can our lower selves do? Because there is no Illuminati. There are no secret societies. I mean, there are, but at the end of the day, it's okay. When talking about the Illuminati, right? Talking about the Illuminati, when you see the I Providence, that's just that I am observing my higher self and lower self, right? So through basically people hustling for themselves, hustling for money, grinding for money, I identifying with their ego, identifying with tradition, identity itself, culture, right? You're creating this boundary from you and this other person. Mind you, this reflection is no different than you, besides what thoughts they allow into their vessel, or what thoughts they allow to control their vessel. Every man, every woman wants love, wants to be loved. And in some cases that may be distorted. But that's for their own, that's for themselves to work out, honestly. Like, you can't heal someone else's inner child. That's up to them. Right. We kind of all understand that. But it's the identity. It's the ego. It's wanting to one up somebody else. It's wanting to be better than somebody else. When who really gives a fuck at the end of the day? Like I said, it could take an hour, it could take 5 minutes. We could be like, yo, let's all put $5 into the savings account. Let's all buy some land. Fuck the buying land. Let's stop working. Let's go take back some land. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a currency. Fuck a currency when there's infinite currency within you. My girl's coworkers called me Central C today. I don't know how to feel about that, but I don't really care. I don't really give a fuck. I didn't even know who that was before it was brought up to me, so that was so random. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just getting in the flow of having this virtual journal for myself, because I'm really just speaking my thoughts, right? I am speaking to you, but I'm not really speaking to you. I'm just speaking to myself. And I'm just doing my best to be authentic within that. That's all I really got for this video. Tomorrow, I want to talk about the Egyptian mystery, or the Egyptian schools of mystery, or the Egyptian mystery schools, however the fuck you want to say it. Because why are we having classes or schools that are closed off to society just because of some high level knowledge, when if this high level knowledge is so high level, why can't you give it to all of society to digest and to make their own truth within that? Why? Like, I heard the perspective. I'm not gonna get into it because that's for tomorrow. I'm not gonna get into it. That's for tomorrow's video. Okay, but it just doesn't make sense, and we have to go underground. We have to be in private to practice betterment for ourselves. That sounds like occultism. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's it. I appreciate y'all for watching if you did. You know what I'm saying? I see the vision with these videos. I really do, and I see the vision with my consciousness as well. And people try me and shit through the comments, but it's like, it's whatever. I don't have time to go back and forth. I don't have time to convey what never needed to be conveyed. Peace.